Aaron Rodgers, Pat McAfee, reaction. Now, he went on Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee announced yesterday that Aaron Rodgers is going to be on the show. And boy, Aaron Rodgers did not disappoint. We're watching it, and Aaron Rodgers, the first thing he says is, this is not a decision that I'm making right here. It's not a decision day kind of live stream. That's not why I'm on the show. I saw Dehls get very discouraged. When Rodgers said, I went into the darkness, 90% retiring, Dehls got discouraged. I was over here holding Dehls' hands and telling him, listen, man, Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Jet. Just please believe he will be a New York Jet. Then Aaron Rodgers just says, listen, I want to play for the Jets. I want to play for the New York Jets. And as a Jets fan right now, I feel so happy because history is repeating itself. In 2008, we got Brett Favre. And people love to label that time as a failure, but we were 8-3 with Brett Favre. We were a Super Bowl contender, and then Brett Favre got injured. Aaron Rodgers, 2023, now goes to the Jets. Let's just be very certain about this. Aaron Rodgers, as great as Brett Favre is as a quarterback, he's not Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is better, simply put. And I'm looking at these stats. 2020 and 2021, Aaron Rodgers combined those seasons, 26-6, 70% completion percentage, 8,400 yards, 85 touchdowns to 9 interceptions, 116.7 passer rating, 2-time MVP, 2 in a row. Now, I've seen a lot of narratives about Aaron Rodgers. Oh, he was washed in 2022. None of us at this table had expectations for Rodgers coming into the season because we knew the receiving core was horrible and Bakhtiari was unhealthy. We knew Rodgers wasn't going to have a glamorous statistical season this past season. The narrative that when he goes to things in his first years, he's not very good. This isn't his first year in the Hackett offense. He's familiar with Nathaniel Hackett's offense. But I look at Aaron Rodgers. I look at the quarterbacks in the AFC East. This past season, Allen threw 35 touchdowns. Tua, 25 touchdowns. In a down season, Aaron Rodgers threw 26 touchdowns and 12 picks. 91 passer rating. Even if we get Aaron Rodgers on the down season.
I am screaming.
Aaron Rodgers on a down season is Derek Carr. Aaron Rodgers on a down season is still a great quarterback. Aaron Rodgers on a down season, we're still a playoff team. But we get Aaron Rodgers MVP with our offense, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore.
Thank you.
Alan Lazard, Tyler Conklin. Are you kidding me? That defense with Quinnen Williams, John Franklin Myers, Jermaine Johnson. We just re-signed Quincy. We got CJ, Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed, Jordan Whitehead. Come on, folks. This is not hard. Jets are Super Bowl contenders. Jets are Super Bowl contenders. And we're looking at the AFC East. If we just look at it from quarterbacks, we got 2 elite quarterbacks in Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers. We got the mid-tier guys like Tua and Mac Jones in the next tier. And then our defense stacks up with anybody in the NFL. Listen, the Jets are going to make noise. Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the AFC East. There's no doubt about it, no question.
You're doing it again. You're doing it again.
And we're going to win the AFC East. There's no doubt about it. Aaron Rodgers, people are going to put some respect on his name. They're going to put some respect on his name. And you know what I love? I love the fact that Rodgers is coming in because guess what? It's still hope for that guy.
Oh, can't forget that.
Zach Wilson.
It always comes back to number 2.
Zach Wilson getting mentored by Aaron Rodgers. Oh, Zach's about to become a demon out of this. He's going to become a demon.
He's going to be like you after that rough start from Boom Fantasy.
Yeah, so we're going to
look at your walk, huh?
So we're going to get Aaron Rodgers. Then when Aaron Rodgers done, look, we got another franchise quarterback brewing in the making. That's Zach Wilson.
All right.
That's Zach Wilson. If this is Dragon Ball Z terms, he's in a hyperbolic time chamber right now. Zach Wilson is working. He's going to be learning. And the Jets.
He's been in there for like 4 years.
My goodness, Dehls. Aaron Rodgers is a New York Jet.
It's a good day.
He's a New York Jet.
It's a good day.
He's a New York Jet.
I can't believe it. I've needed this for my anxiety. How every time I get a notification, obviously got Schefter on. I put fucking Trey Wingo on. Like all the notifications. Every time I get a notification, my heart sinks because I think it's going to be Aaron Rodgers news. That's been my life really for these last 2-3 days. I thought it was going to get done yesterday. Then I thought it was going to get done Monday. And it never happened. And once I saw this news that he was going on the Pat McAfee show, I said this has to be it. There's no way he could go on this show and give us this another runaround saying, oh, I still haven't made a decision or this and that. Thankfully, he went up there and made a decision, made it very clear. My intention is to come back, and he wants to play for the New York Jets. And oh my God, did that give me a good feeling. It sat inside of me, and I felt it, and it was all warm, and everything in the world, all the problems just went away. And it was an amazing feeling to have a franchise quarterback wanting to come play for the New York Jets. It was great. It was a great feeling. I don't know what they're laughing about, honestly.
It definitely fills you with joy.
It fills me with joy. I just felt like I was getting a big warm hug just wrapped around me because the feeling of going from last year, and listen, everyone goes and talks about, look at the Jets schedule. They played 7 backup quarterbacks. The Jets had a backup quarterback for 17 games.
Literally.
The Jets had Joe Flacco, Zach Wilson, Mike White, Chris Streveler for a half, back to Mike White, then Joe Flacco finished the season. The Jets for 17 games had a backup quarterback. Did my mic go off?
No, I didn't go off.
Okay. I didn't hear myself anymore.
I don't hear him either.
They had a backup quarterback.
Can you still can't hear him?
Here we go.
Is it still warm inside?
Very warm.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts.
What did you do to him, Joel? Come on, bro.
Talk now.
Hello.
Bro,
we good?
Bro, cut him off.
We good?
Okay.
And listen,
You were peeking too much, so I was fixing
I got
it.
you.
Yeah.
It's not ridiculous to say that the Jets are the 3rd best team in the AFC. You can make an argument. It's not a popular argument, but 2nd best team in the AFC, given the fact that the Bengals just lost key pieces on the defensive side of the ball. The Buffalo Bills are fantastic. Josh Allen's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Their defense, I know, down the stretch last year gave up more than we were expecting. I still think they're a strong unit. Just brought back Jordan Poyer as well. But we gave them hell last year. Josh Allen's worst games were against the New York Jets. And the New York Jets, with Zach Wilson, beat the Buffalo Bills last season. And I got to give credit to Miami. That offense is dangerous. That defense picking up Jalen Ramsey and Vic Fangio, they're going to be a dog too. This AFC East is shaping up to be like the AFC West. You're going to have multiple Super Bowl contenders, multiple teams that think they could go on deep playoff wins, multiple franchise quarterbacks with some great head coaches. So I'm excited for the Jets. Jets fans needed this. We deserve this. Aaron Rodgers is coming. Maybe it's for 1 season. Maybe it's for 2 seasons. Regardless, this was the only plan for the New York Jets to get Aaron Rodgers, and it happened.
You want to go?
Go ahead, man. You can go ahead.
That was funny. It's warm inside. That was hilarious, Dehls. I'm happy for both of you, man. I don't get happy for you guys much. I like to see all you fail. But for this moment, I am definitely happy because you guys have seen long droughts of misery. Getting Aaron Rodgers is huge. I'm also of the norm that I think getting Aaron Rodgers makes you guys one of the best teams in the AFC. If not a top 3, you're at least top of the wild card. You may not, even if you don't win the division, I can see you being the top wild card team. It's you guys, it's the Bills, it's Miami. Like you said, that's going to be a tough division. You're bringing in Aaron Rodgers, who I've been pretty adamant. He's the top 7 quarterback in the NFL. He's still one of the best. You bring him into this offense, you get Breece Hall back, you get Garrett Wilson back, you get all these guys. Defensively, you still keep everybody. That is huge. You're basically plugging in Aaron Rodgers to a team that won, 7-8 games with
7.
Pretty much third stringers all year. They're all third stringers. None of them are second stringers. They're not good. So looking at it now, like from the landscape of the AFC, I mean, you have the 2nd best quarterback in the division. Arguably could be made the first. I still think he's the 2nd best. Josh Allen's still the best in that division. But you can make a strong push for the number 1 seed. Like you said, you gave the Buffalo Bills fits. You split 1-1. That defense creates problems for Josh Allen. This is a team that definitely can contend for a Super Bowl. But now you have to look at Aaron Rodgers and see what can he bring next year. We all believe he still has that level to him. You have to hope you can keep bulking up that offensive line, keep protecting him, make those next jumps for those superstars. And if they can do that, I don't see the problem for the Jets, but I do think this is a great move for you guys. This definitely puts you guys in comfortable position for those young guys to be successful, and you're definitely one of the best teams in the AFC.
First off, to the boys, God willing, this goes through, right? He wants to play for the New York Jets, but there still are steps that have to get put into place for that to finally be a reality. He said it. He wants to play for the New York Jets, but as of right now, he is still under contract with the Packers, which means there needs to be a deal put in place. And right now, that seems to be at the spot we're at this current Aaron Rodgers state of affairs. But this is a great day for Jets fans all over the world, honestly. And to talk to my 2 Jets fans over here, you guys immediately get the best quarterback you've ever had in your franchise and arguably the best player you've ever had in your franchise.
I don't think it's arguable.
Darrelle Revis, I still put respect on his name as a Jet legend, but I understand where you're coming from. Aaron Rodgers at the quarterback position, the most difficult position to play in the National Football League. Of course, that deserves his praise. Four-time MVP, 2-time back-to-back. Aaron Rodgers' resume speaks for itself. I don't disagree overly that you guys definitely are a playoff team now. To be Super Bowl contenders, I need to see how this offensive line continues to fill out. I still am a believer in Mekhi Becton. I understand that injuries have destroyed his career so far, but I've seen the work that he's been putting in, at least some of the pictures that he's put up on social media. He looks like he is taking this the most serious so far. He's lost a ton of weight. He looks to be in amazing shape. Dwayne Brown, the injury concerns me as well. AVT, he did get hurt last season, but AVT, you understand when he's on the field, he's a savage. Lincoln Tomlinson, that's another great piece. What's going to happen with Connor McGovern, who's a free agent? So that's the only concern. But when it comes to weapons, Joel, you already said it perfectly. Garrett Wilson officially gets that superstar leap, that superstar help that he needs to ascend himself into becoming a true solidified superstar, which he already showed a piece of that his rookie season. Now you get Aaron Rodgers. Now we see an elevation from Garrett Wilson, who I've been adamant on that if you get him a real quarterback, he will show his true potential. That's Elijah Moore. He gets a boost from me 100%. Breece Hall, being the dual threat that he is, both receiving and rushing, that is amazing for him because it's like Rodgers goes from Aaron Jones to Aaron Jones Jr. in Breece Hall. Breece Hall is just that amazing of a rusher. Pat McAfee said it himself, as we are all under similar belief. If Breece Hall stays healthy, we're looking at the real offensive rookie of the year. So the Jets had 2 offensive rookie of the years in their offense. And now you add Aaron Rodgers to the mix. I don't have to talk about how elite that defense was, a top 5 unit in the National Football League. And I was very adamant. You get a quarterback into this situation, things change because this is one of those teams. I look at the New York Jets that was truly a quarterback away. And you didn't just get no regular quarterback. You didn't get Derek Carr, which respect to him. He's a good quarterback in his own right. No, you got one of the cream of the crop, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever put on a uniform, Aaron Rodgers. The expectations are going to be high. There's no doubt you get Aaron Rodgers, it's Super Bowl or bust at this point. And I'm sure Jets fans are happy to hear that because what they're happy with, Joel last year, all he wanted was to be in the hunt. That's all he wanted. Now this year, just get me to the playoffs. But now you have Rodgers. Now you start to get a little bit greedy, and understandably so.
Yep.
I've been that fan. I understand how that is. To get that piece and say, hey, the playoffs aren't good enough for me. I want the championship. That's how you should think when you're really a playoff contender. But this is a great moment for Jets fans. I am interested to see how they do fill out the rest of this offensive line. I am interested to see what the compensation is that the Jets are going to have to give up to the Green Bay Packers. But this is a great day for Jets fans. And the Packers, to talk about them very briefly, Jordan Love finally gets this opportunity to show himself as the QB1. It's going into year 4 where this is the year to solidify himself as, hey, the Green Bay Packers did not make a mistake drafting me in the first round when the Packers desperately needed wide receiver help. No, they drafted me because they trusted me to succeed, Aaron Rodgers, and be the great next quarterback of this franchise. But it's big shoes to fill. You went from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. That was huge shoes to fill. And Aaron Rodgers exceeded everyone's expectations. And now you're next in line, Jordan Love. And yes, the help you could have could be a little bit better. I'm a huge Christian Watson fan. Aaron Jones, I am a fan of as well. I think he's one of the more underrated running backs in this league. Offensive line's not that great or has been injured really. But Jordan Love now has this opportunity that he needs to take maximum opportunity of. No doubt about it. And I'm looking forward to it. I believe in Jordan Love to succeed, but not immediately. I think that it's going to take a couple years because there are still holes in this offense that need to be addressed. There's still a lack of wide receiver depth. They did just lose Alan Lazard, and I do love Christian Watson as the talent, no doubt, but they do need help in that right as well. But this is an exciting day in sports.
I love Love. That's one thing for sure. I love Jordan Love, and I can't wait for him to succeed because he will succeed. I think it will come this season. I think the Packers will draft receivers.
I think so,
They have Watson. They have Jones and Dillon. I think that offense will complement Jordan Love, and it will be very quarterback-friendly. Now, this is the thing I want to say. When talking about Aaron Rodgers' down season, I don't know why when it comes to football, people throw away context most of the time. Aaron Rodgers' down season is 26 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. I saw Will Swanky tweet, Aaron Rodgers had no 300-yard passing games. Come on, man.
And he's going to be 40 years old. That's also what he said.
Listen.
That's a fact.
How many times have we seen quarterbacks go into their 40s that are all-time greats and they have success?
Right.
Brett Favre went to the Jets and the Vikings. With the Jets, he had success, but he got hurt. With the Vikings, they went to the NFC Championship. Tom Brady, the Bucks, they win it all. It's happened before. And Aaron Rodgers is something, I mean, there's not a lot of all-time greats.
Drew Brees, he was
with the same team.
He was all right.
He was.
No, I know,
not,
but I'm still playing into your 40s.
In terms of just winning, it's just Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers, he's that type of guy.
Yes,
he's
correct.
that type of level
Correct.
guy.
I agree with you.
Now listen, let's talk about the context. You lost Devontae Adams.
Big.
And I know that you guys love to rag on him, but I think he's a good guy, good receiver. MVS.
Oh.
The Packers also lost MVS, which I thought,
do this?
Aaron Rodgers had a very good connection with MVS. No doubt, he did.
I don't think that would change the
Aaron
season,
Rodgers
though.
nursed a thumb injury last year, all of last season. We have to keep that into account, which limited his snaps under center. He was doing most of his stuff under shotgun, and that is opposite of what Matt LaFleur's offense wants to be. The receivers last year were Lazard, Watson when he was healthy, Cobb, and Romeo Doubs.
And Watson was dropping some passes, too.
Early in the season, no doubt, but he came into himself.
Yeah, this receiving core isn't anything.
No.
And then the offensive line, Bakhtiari played 11 games. Elton Jenkins played through injury, and he went from guard to tackle to guard. He was all over the place. And they had the 15th ranked rushing attack. And on top of that, the defense was good, but Joe Barry didn't maximize the personnel a lot of the time. And they still finished 8-9. With all those problems, they still finished 8-9. And one of the narratives I hate about Aaron Rodgers is the playoff success thing. Because I hate when people just make quarterback wins a quarterback stat and playoff wins a quarterback stat. I hate it. Because Jimmy Garoppolo wins a lot in the playoffs, and he's an average quarterback to below average quarterback. Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs has a 100.1 passer rating, 45 touchdowns to 13 interceptions. He's 11th in playoff wins. He's 3rd in playoff touchdowns. He's 5th in playoff passer rating. This guy is a great playoff performer, and from 2011 to 2018, the Packers never had a top 10 defense with the Packers. Aaron Rodgers has not had the help to go on that type of run, and we've seen it repeatedly with the Packers, and the fact that the Jets are going all in to try to make it happen, and I hope Cobb comes. I hope Lewis comes, because it's going to make Rodgers more comfortable in the locker room, and ultimately Rodgers knows he has 2 years at most. He wants to win, and he wants to win with his guys, and I appreciate that, and I hope he wins with his guys, because that means the Jets get one, and I don't know how many years. I used to work at Target, and a 70-year-old man came to buy something in the cash register, and we were Jets fans. We were talking, we were bonding, and he said, "Yeah, I witnessed that Super Bowl." And I was like, "God damn, you're old." But I was like, hopefully in our life, hopefully before,
Of course.
you're too old.
Of course.
Now,
You
70
win
is
too.
nuts.
Hopefully before you turn 80, we win one. So I think he's probably at the 76, 77 mark. So it could be now. But man, I'm happy that you just got Aaron Rodgers. I think this is going to be big time for us. And I can't wait to cop me an Aaron Rodgers jersey.
I can't wait.
I can't wait to go to the 12.
I think
name it
the
said
Saints gonna be 12.
Yeah,
But
name it
Rodgers
said he
also
has-
I feel like Rodgers also respects the history
That's
of the
what-
game.
I agree
so
with that.
he could change to a different number. It's also important to remember that this has been widely reported on Jets beat reporters, but this is just the start of free agency for the Jets. They said once Aaron Rodgers officially, we get the word, that is just going to be the beginning for the moves the Jets are going to make. Obviously, Alan Lazard signed yesterday. I don't think it's even been finalized yet, but 4 years, $44 million, 22 guaranteed. I
Great
know
deal.
people were going crazy over it.
Yeah.
Alan Lazard's a wide receiver 3. I think he's one of the better wide receiver 3s in the NFL. I know last offseason, Joel and I had a bet under 1,000 yards. I don't think Alan Lazard is ever going to be a top 25 receiver in the league, top 20 guy who's going to put up crazy numbers. But as your wide receiver 3 who's played in Hackett's system, who knows the system, is a great blocker, a red zone threat, which Jets have been missing, I think he's the perfect piece. And for $11 million, I went and said and looked up who's getting paid that. It's Curtis Samuel and Michael Gallup and
He's better than
Jacoby
Michael
Myers
Gallup.
just got around that contract. Like $11 million, I'm talking guaranteed money per season because that's all that really matters. That's pretty fair.